Hi guys, welcome back to CompEdge. Today we are going to learn everything about the application of time, speed and distance concepts to the problems on trains. Please subscribe to the channel for more awesome content like this and click on the tiny bell icon for notification whenever a new video is released. In the previous class, we learned everything about the general problems regarding the relationship between distance, speed and time, and then we studied about the average speed concept, then about the relative speed concept. Now in this class, we are going to study about this application, the concept that we have studied from the previous class, the application of those concepts to the concept on train. Now let us get into it. In the concept of trains, basically, train has a particular length LT and there are various cases that we have to deal in the concept of trains. Now problems would be around the cases that I am discussing here. So the first case would be when a train crosses a pole or a stationary man or a stationary thing. Okay, so now in that case what happens is this train is moving in this direction, and in order for this train to cross this pole, okay, it has to start at here and then the entire length of the train has to cross the pole. So the distance in which the train has moved is nothing but equal to the length of the train, and the speed is nothing but the speed of the train. The time taken is the time taken for it to cross the pole. So therefore, according to the formula again, distance is equal to speed into time. So using the same relationship, distance, that is LT, is equal to speed of the train into time. This is the case number 1. In the case number 2, coming to the case number 2, when a train crosses a stationary object of length LO, suppose a platform of length LO. Now in this case what happens is, when the train crosses, the tip of the train, the starting point of the train starts at here. It has to cross the entire LO and then cross its length also. So the total length covered by the train in this process of crossing the stationary object is nothing but the length of the train plus the length of the object, and the speed of the train is nothing but st, and time, using the same relationship again, distance is equal to speed into time. Distance is equal to LT plus LO, and speed is nothing but st and the time is nothing but t. So these are the two concepts for stationary objects. One is a stationary object without a length and another is a stationary object with a length. Alright, now moving on to the next one, where we are going to speak about relative speed in trains. Now in relative speed in trains as well, we come across different cases. The first case is, suppose a train is crossing a moving object without a length. Right? Now in relative concept there will be two cases always, that is the object is moving in the same direction as the train and the object is moving in the opposite direction as the train. Now in the case when object is moving in the same direction as the train, from the previous class we have seen that when two objects are moving in the same direction, their relative speed becomes the difference of their speeds. So their relative speed becomes st minus so. And the length of the train is the distance the train travels in order to cross this object. So the distance is nothing but LT and the time taken is t. Using the same relationship again, d is equal to s into t. Alright, so we can write length of the train is equal to s is nothing but the relative speed into time taken. So this will be the relationship when the train crosses a moving object in the same direction. Now coming to the next case, when the train crosses a moving object without a length in the opposite direction. So in the opposite direction, the relative speed becomes st minus st plus so. The relative speed gets added up when the objects are moving in the opposite direction. Therefore, using the same relationship, distance is equal to speed into time, we can write that distance is nothing but LT, speed is nothing but st plus so, and time is t. So using this concept, we can say the relationship between the speeds of the object and train is given by this in the case of both moving in the same direction, and in the case of opposite direction the relationship is this. Coming to the next one, when the train crosses an object crosses a moving object with the length LO. Now suppose there's another train or a particular thing which moves, and this object also has a length. In this case again the same thing, the speed also changes, the length also changes. So The speed again, if they both are moving in the same direction, the speed is nothing but the difference of the speeds, that is st minus so, and the relationship becomes distance is equal to speed into time. Distance will be nothing but the total length of the train plus the total length of the object, because the train has to cross the object, right? So the distance becomes lt plus lo, speed becomes st minus so into t. So this is the case when the train has to cross a moving object of length lo. Coming to the last case, in this case, suppose a train has to cross a moving object of length lo and both are moving in the opposite directions. In the case of opposite directions again, relative speed is nothing but the sum of the speeds, that is st plus so, and the relationship will become distance is equal to speed into time. Distance is nothing but the sum of the lengths, because it has to cross the entire object. The train has to cross the entire object. So st plus so will be the speed, t will be the time, lt plus lo will be the distance. So this will be the relationship in the case of train and the object moving in the opposite direction and the object having a specific length lo. I hope this is all clear to you. Now let us delve into the problems. And the first problem is an application of the concept that we studied just now. A train crosses a pole in 10 seconds. So the time taken to cross this pole is nothing but 10 seconds, and the length of the train is nothing but 200 meters. So length of the train is nothing but 200 meters. Find the speed of the train. Suppose the speed of the train is st. St into time will be nothing but the length of the train. So from here we can write st is equal to 200 by 10, that is 20 meter per second. So this is the speed of the train that we can find out. It is as simple as that. Now moving on to the next problem. In the next problem, if we just let us read the problem here. A train crosses a man traveling in another train in the opposite direction. So the trains are first of all traveling in the opposite directions in 8 seconds. So in this case, the time taken to cross is nothing but 8 seconds. Okay. Now, the train takes 25 seconds to cross the same man if he is traveling in the same direction. Now, suppose they are traveling in the same direction. Here, the time taken is 25 seconds. Now, the length of the first train is given as 200 meters, and the length of the train in which the man is present is given 160 meters. Find the speed of the first train. Now, what do we consider? Should we consider the train and the stationary object moving in the same directions, or the train and the length and the object with a particular length? So, if you can see here, in the question it is asked that the train has to cross this man. Alright, always the question has told us about the train crossing this man. So in this case, we have to be careful that even though the length of the train is given, this is a redundant information. This is not required for us, right? Because the train has to cross this stationary object which is moving in the opposite direction in this case, in the same direction in this case. So our relationship will be nothing but speed of the train minus the speed of the object. So in this case, in the first case, since they are moving in the same direction, so relative speed is nothing but the sum of the speed of the train plus speed of the object into time taken will be nothing but the length of the train, because the object has no length here. It is a object without any length. Okay. So now coming to the next case, in which speed of the train minus the speed of the object, right? So this is the relative speed here because they are moving in the same direction, into time taken is equal to the length of the train again. So the length of the train that we have to consider here is 200 meters. So from here we can clearly write st plus so is equal to the length of the train is 200 meters divided by 8. So you will get this as 25. So this is our equation number 1. Now from here we can clearly write st minus so is equal to 200 divided by 25. This is nothing but 8. So this is our equation number 2. So from here, from the first and second equation, we can clearly write that st plus so is equal to 25 and st minus so is equal to 8. When we add these equations up, we can clearly write that 2st will be 33 and st will be 33 by 2 meter per second, right? So this will be the answer. So speed of the train is nothing but 33 by 2 meter per second. That will be the answer for this question. So that is the end of the class today. So now at the end of the class, as we do it in every class, this is the CompEdge challenge of this particular class. Please try to answer this question in the comment section using the concept that we have discussed in this class and also in the previous classes. So now in this video, we dealt all about the trains concept and the application of time, speed and distance concepts to the trains problem. In our next video, we will be discussing all about boats and the concepts related to it. If you like the video, please give a big thumbs up, share it with all your friends and comment the answer for the challenge question in the comment section. And also if you have any doubts in the concepts that were discussed till now, please post them also in the comment section. We'll make a separate video on it. Thank you so much for watching guys. Until next time, bye-bye.